Mark, on Saturday the club will be supporting the EFL's Together Against Racism campaign. Why does that campaign remain so important?
Because there are still instances where black and minority ethnic players and people and generally in public get abuse for no reason at all other than the colour of the skin, and in this day and age it shouldn't have any impact whatsoever, and people should just be living together a lot better, a lot more harmoniously, and it's just not on. So highlighting things like this is important, but really we should get to a point where we don't need to do that, because everybody's a human being. We're all on the same journey, so let's get on.
A season high of around 27,000 is expected on Saturday for our first home game in 3 weeks. What's required to turn home venues into such a fortress, do you feel?
The attendance is incredible. Everybody is really valued, and for 27,000 plus to come to watch us is motivation enough. And I think we've got to make sure that we put performances in that keep them wanting to come back. And I think that is key to everything. But it's phenomenal at this stage of the season. After 9 games, going into our 10th game, for that crowd and that following, it's hugely significant for us, and it's not lost on us. So, we need to keep working and working to the goals that we set, the standards that we want in each and every game, whilst we're making sure that everybody is ready to go. So it's a brilliant occasion, and you just mentioning that gets the juices flowing anyway. And I think that the players really appreciate that.
Around 70% of championship matches this season have ended in draws or been won by a single goal. What are the fine margins that decide games at this level, do you feel?
Mistakes, lack of mistakes, or if you can lessen the mistakes. You look at a mistake, 2 mistakes, 3 mistakes in a row, usually ends up with a chance for an opponent. So we know that, but we also know we are in a much better place than we were when I first walked through the door at the beginning of January. So, by no means are we the finished article. We've still got a lot of work to do, and it's really early in the season, but I think the signs are really good, and we just continue to do that. Nobody gets carried away. It is what it is in football. It's up and down. It's a roller coaster, and you've got to be able to deal with that. Equally if you possibly can do. Nobody likes losing. Everybody loves winning. But we've got to do things in a way that make it that we can repeat that feat. And the start of the season has gone, so we're looking now into the 10th game, the next block of games until the next international break, and just make sure that we're doing things that we know will get us success more often than not.
There are a few injury concerns heading into the international break. How's the squad looking on that front?
Okay, all right. We've still got an issue with Junho, who came back after a dislocated shoulder. It's his different shoulder, and it is nowhere near as bad as the other one when he did that when he was away on international duty last time. But yeah, that's for us is a huge blow for Junho too. But thankfully he's not going to be out for too long. The other lads that are out are obviously getting closer to a return.
In terms of the international break, Devine scored his first 2 goals for England's under-21s. What have you made of his start to life at Stoke City?
He's been good. He's been lively. He's been a threat a lot of the time in the games. I want him to remain focused and hungry, and keep making those movements that he does so well, and keep that hunger and desire up that he showed when he walked through the door.
In terms of Wrexham, how would you describe the scale of their achievement, gaining 3 successive promotions?
Well, it's incredible, really. I think on the back of some serious investment, but also a huge amount of skill from their management to get through. Phil Parkinson and Steve Parkin, who've been together a long time, and been through a lot, have done a fantastic job there.
Would you make of the squad that they've managed to build for a championship campaign?
Yeah, they put a squad together at short notice, really. It's been clearly a challenge for them as well, and that takes time to settle down as well. But a lot of admiration for what they've done. But our focus is on us, as usual, always on us, and what we can do to try and take the 3 points tomorrow, because that is all important.
And finally, if there's any fans thinking about coming to tomorrow's game, what would be your message to them?
Yeah, come and watch. I think it's a good place to be. I think the atmosphere is really good. I think people will enjoy it, and will endeavour to put on a really good performance for them tomorrow.